Hi. So this video is going to be really practical, and it's about how you can go about adjusting how you do an activity so that it can feel more possible and manageable for you while decreasing the likelihood of it causing a setback or a worsening of your symptoms. And I'm going to explore these ideas around the activity of socializing, but you can use these concepts for any particular example that you want to explore. So as a first piece, I think it's really important to get in touch with the meaning or the value behind wanting this social interaction. And on any given day, and depending upon who you're with, that value may be different. So perhaps you're seeking a sense of fun or adventure, or maybe it's about wanting to savor or soak up offering kindness to somebody or receiving kindness yourself. And by identifying the value, you can then set up this social interaction in such a way that you're more likely going to be able to soak up all of that good stuff, the meaning behind the activity. And then it's about figuring out how to set up the activity in such a way that you're more likely to get the good stuff and dialing down the particularly energy depleting components of it. So looking at an activity and considering all of the different types of energy demands, and there's a few different categories of energy demands. There is social, cognitive, emotional, physical, and sensory. And you're most likely going to think about the social components of a social interaction, but there's also physical demands, holding your body upright, getting to the venue. There's the cognitive demands of being able to pay attention, process what the person's saying to you, recalling what they said in an earlier social interaction. There's the sensory demands around what your system is seeing and hearing and feeling, temperature. And then there is the emotional demands, and that's about how you interact with this person on an emotional level. And by figuring out which of those you find more demanding, you can then figure out how to dial down some of the different components. So as an example, if you are really seeking a sense of fun with this person, but you particularly find, let's say, the social and physical demands tricky, then you may want to pick a venue that's closer to home or that allows you to sit rather than having to stand for long periods of time. Perhaps then you want to just meet this person for that activity and not have a coffee or a meal with them after, to dial down the social and emotional and physical demands while really soaking up that value of fun. Versus if you really want an experience with this person that's about savoring and intimacy, but you find, let's say, the sensory demands particularly challenging, then maybe you want to pick a quieter venue on a quieter day, particularly finding a nook of a restaurant where it's less noisy and the lights aren't so bright, where the music isn't so loud. And my hope then is that what you've done is you've set up an activity in such a way that you've dialed down the particularly energy demanding components to enable you to really soak up the meaning, the value behind the activity. And that's really, really good for well-being and health.